to try a chapter tag again for the second time. The first time I really failed at it and never read the books. I only read the first chapter of every book. So today I got 7 books out from the library that they called me on. I'm going to read the first chapter of each 7 books, and I'll share with you which ones I will continue to read. I have 3 weeks to read these books. I probably will be reading 2 or 3 of these books. So here we go. Starting with the first book. The first book, I just read the first chapter of this book. It's called Words on the Bathroom Wall by Julia Watson. It is a YA book. It is about mental health. It's about a boy who is going into his junior year of high school. He's switching schools. He has schizophrenia. And I really enjoyed what I read. I read the first chapter. The first chapter is really short, and I'm hoping that all the chapters are short, and I'm really enjoying this, so this is an option. Okay, this next book is a YA book. I picked this up because of my ABC challenge, and I read the synopsis in the beginning, and I read the first prologue. And this is called X by, the author's name is hard to say. I will show it to you there. It is the daughter of Malcolm X. So I'm not sure if this is a true story. I think it's fiction. It doesn't say nonfiction on the end because it's a library book. I read the first chapter. It starts off in 1945 in Harlem, and it's very fast-paced. It's about this guy, Malcolm, who is in a bar, and he has a gun on him, and the cops are chasing him, and that's all I got. So it seems very interesting. I may continue reading this one because it is the letter X, and it's very hard to find a book that starts with X, and it is fast-paced, and the first couple of pages was very quick. So yeah, so this is an option for my ABC challenge. So that's book number 2. Book number 3 is also a YA book. It is F by Cecilia Ahern. This is YA, as I said. This takes place in apocalyptic world, dystopian, I don't know. I read 2 chapters of this. Not sure I'm liking it so much. What happens is the people get branded if they do something wrong. So let me tell you what happens when they do something wrong. So for bad decisions, they get branded, or they get an F on their temple. For lying, it's in their tongue. For stealing from society, it's their right palm. For disloyalty to the guide, it's their chest or over their heart, and that's it. So, for stepping out of line with society, it's the sole of their right foot. So, they do something wrong, they get branded by the government, and they put some kind of tattoo on different parts of their body. Not sure I'm liking the writing style of this. So this might be put back on the back burner. I mean, I really like to read it, but I don't think I'm feeling it right now. So yeah, so that's this one. This next book was a long read for the first chapter. It is called Emmer in the Night by Wendy Walker. It is about 2 girls that go missing, and they're missing for 3 years. And the first chapter is the youngest girl comes back home, and the oldest one is still missing. And they tell you about the past and how her parents got divorced, and her mother moved in with some guy, and then they went through trial, everything, and the youngest one wanted to go with the father, and the oldest one wanted to go with the mother. So the mother kind of misowned the youngest one, but she did get custody of both girls, and yeah, so it seems pretty interesting. I'd like to know more about the story, but the mother seems like a jerk. But anyway, yeah, so I might continue reading this because I do want to know more, but the chapters are very long, so yeah, so we'll see. This next book is an adult thriller. I don't know what I expect about this book. Let's see. It is called The Marriage Pact by Rochelle Richmond. It starts off, the main character, the guy, he's sitting on an airplane, and his head hurts and he has blood on his shirt. But he doesn't remember how he got onto the airplane. He's strapped in. The plane goes off and he lands and he texts his wife, and it's just really weird. The wife comes and picks him up, but it has something to do with the marriage pact, where I think is an occult or something. It's really strange. I like to read on. I only read chapter 1. I did not read the synopsis, so yeah, I'm a little confused. I wonder what happened to him. And the end of chapter 1, he says he wishes he went back to before they got married. So I don't know. So this one's a strange one. And on the back, it's blurbs. It says, a truly chilling thriller. It's ranked with The Stepford Wives and Gone Girl. So yeah, it seems pretty strange and mysterious. So I might want to read on and see what's happening. This next book is a fast page turner. It is See What I Have Done by Sarah Schmidt. It takes place in 1892, so it's really old. And the first chapter is this woman is telling the story. There's other points of views, but I only read the first chapter. So the first person is Lizzie, and she finds her father dead in the parlor. He's sitting on the couch and he's dead, but he is brutally murdered, full of blood. She has blood on her. Yeah, it's very graphic. She starts screaming. Actually, she's calm. She goes to get her maid, and the maid starts screaming, and Lizzie's very calm. She starts eating an apple or a pear, whatever she's eating. I thought it was really weird that she wasn't reacting like she just saw her father dead and like brutally murdered, and she was just like eating her, like I guess she's in shock. And she's telling her maid to go call the mother. The mother's away. She's been away for two months now, and you have to go get the doctor. I think she's like, try to get the doctor, maybe the doctor to help him, but he's dead. He's full of blood. They cut his face, and he's really bad, brutally murdered. It ends off, chapter 1 ends, they're searching the house, and the maid starts screaming again. So that's how they end it. It's really fast-paced, and I really enjoyed it. I think I will be continuing reading this one, because it's very fast-paced. Yeah, I don't know if it's historical thriller, because it takes place in 1892, which is very old. Like, that's older than my grandmother. So yeah, so I'll probably definitely be continuing this one. This last book, with chapter 1 being 28 pages long. Yeah. The book is Are You Sleeping by Kathleen Barber. This book is a fiction book about it takes place, I'm trying to explain this. Okay. There was a murder, and the main characters are twin daughters, and there was a murder. The father was killed, and one of the twins saw the murderer, and a guy, a 19-year-old boy, next door neighbor, was convicted of murdering the father, and he went to jail, and he's been in jail for 13 years now, and he claims that he is innocent, but he was put away because there were fingerprints in the house, and one of the twins saw him do it. That was circumstantial evidence, and he was put to jail, and now he is talking to a reporter who's doing a podcast. So the whole first chapter is the podcast with the reporter talking to the guy in jail who's 13 years older now. And the first chapter is one of the twins. One of the twins is going to she's on a train. She went food shopping and she's on the train and she hears a teenager saying, "Did you hear that podcast that the guy that was killed 13 years ago, he claims that he didn't do the crime and he's in jail now?" And she's like, "Oh my God." So she has to go home and she puts the podcast on, and that's when you hear the podcast of the reporter talking to the criminal who's in jail. So yeah, it's very fast-paced, very interesting. It's very long though, so I want to learn more, but I'm not sure. So yeah, so this may be something I will read, but I'm not sure yet. Okay, so out of the 7 books, I'm leaning towards this one definitely, and I liked this one. So that's what I'm going to pick up right now, and if I get more time, I will definitely be picking this one up and probably this one. I'm not sure yet though, but I have these out for 3 weeks, so yeah, so we'll see what I get read, but definitely these 2 I'm hoping to start and read more of. So thank you for watching. And this was very hard to do, and now I want to read all of them, but it's very hard. But I have 3 weeks, so we'll see what I get done in 3 weeks. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.